It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL Bills at Titans. We've got a Tuesday night special. For $99, you can get a weekly pass to all the picks from the Insider's Room. The Bills favoring this one, -3.5. The total is 53. Both teams are undefeated. The Bills are 3-1 against the spread. However, the Titans are terrible at covering the spread, not only when it comes to betting, they're 0-3 against the number, but also the spread of coronavirus. They've had all kinds of issues with COVID, and that's why this game, as of now, is slated to be played on a weekday. We've got Nick from the Insider's Room to talk this one. Nick, first thoughts when you see Bills and Titans?
Just that it's being played on a Tuesday night. I mean, that's crazy enough. But yeah, I have a play on the total in this one, so I'll steer clear of that. But I think, yeah, this is going to be a tight game. This one has the feel that of whichever team has its hands on the ball last is going to win. For me, in that case, I'll take the points and the home underdog. As you pointed out, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for the Titans. There was a bunch of positive COVID tests. A few of them broke protocol, and they got in further trouble. But now, Tennessee has navigated through it all, and here we go. We're going into this Week 5 matchup here finally. And yeah, as you pointed out, Tennessee knows something about tight games. Its 3 victories have actually come by a combined 6 points. But the Titans, they have some advantages here. They come in fresh because they did have last week off. Previous to that, they held on for the 31-30 win at Minnesota. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill, I mean, he has been pretty good, I think, over the 3 games. He has 809 passing yards. He has 6 touchdowns, just 1 interception. Obviously, the Tennessee Titans, they're going to be leaning heavily on running back Derrick Henry throughout the season. He has 319 rushing yards so far and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, the Titans are allowing 24.7 points per game. That's right in the middle of the pack. And now here come the Bills come to town. They're 4-0. They're coming off a 30-23 win off the Raiders. Quarterback Josh Allen, he is excelling. He has 1,326 yards, 11 touchdowns, just 1 interception. The Bills' run game, it's been basically non-existent because of Allen's aerial assault here each week. But Devin Singletary, he does have 212 rushing yards on 50 carries. The defense has been pretty mediocre. It allows 25 points per game. And so this is kind of different. Last year, Buffalo was among most leaders in every defensive category, and this year it's completely changed. But yeah, I think that this weird scheduling quirk where we're playing on this Tuesday night, these types of scenarios, in my opinion, they definitely favor the home side. And this also sets up as a look-ahead spot for the Bills, who have the defending champion Chiefs next week as well. And so finally, I have a couple of strong trends I wanted to bring up. The Titans are 5-2 straight up in their last 7 at home. Buffalo's just 2-4 straight up its last 6 on the road in Tennessee. I mean, there's no way Buffalo's going 16-0 this season. It looks susceptible at this point. I do think the outright win is possible here. In the end, I'll say just grab as many points as you can. And that's my official play here. The Titans plus 3.5.
One thing I would probably watch for is the Titans secondary against Josh Allen, who's been a passing legend so far this season, which is crazy. I never thought I would say that. But Adoree Jackson is on the IR for the Titans, and Malcolm Butler, he should play, but he's coming off an injury. So this Titans defense has been pretty mediocre, and especially against the pass. So he might be able to feast on that. However, I'm not completely sold on my Titans being losers in this one because, as I said before the show, their offense is not Andy Reid's offense. It's Mike Vrabel's offense, which isn't the largest playbook on the block. Most of the time, they're probably just going to be running Derrick Henry. So I know not practicing definitely hurts, but I think for the Titans, it's more of a disadvantage for them that their defense doesn't get to prepare for Josh Allen. However, I think the Titans usually do the best when they're not expected to do that much. We saw it last year in the playoffs. All they did is go on the road and beat the Ravens and the Patriots. So I wouldn't count them out, at least when it comes to their mentality. I think they're going to be ready to play. However, I like the Bills in the first half because the Titans have been a second half team for most of the season. They're 3-0, but they've only led at halftime in one of those games. The Bills have led at halftime in all 3, outscoring opponents 76-29 in the first half. I like the Bills -2.5 in the first half. And yeah, I think the Titans might be shaking off a little rust when it comes to that big break off.
Okay. No, I think that's a great assessment there. What do you think about the total?
See, last year the Titans were a huge over team, but some of these totals have been so high. We saw kind of a bounce back for the unders this past week across the NFL, and I think odds makers are making these totals so high, it's hard not to take some of the unders in some of these.
The totals are definitely reaching their highest points so far this season.
I'll be rooting for the Titans because, as you guys know, I live here in Nashville and I am a Titans fan. So I'll take the Bills in the first half, but I'm hoping my Titans can be a second half team or at least cover the number for the first time this season. That's crazy. That's going to do it for our NFL talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Nick from the Insider's Room. Nick, thanks for joining us.